All right, today's Friday. Let's go look at what's going on this morning. So it looked like yesterday was mixed. It looks like pre-market is basically confirming these continue its bid yesterday, and they're bidding up today. XLE continued. XLF is still looking good. So today we have the Michigan at 10 a.m. for the July. And let's go and look at some of the stuff here. Brent futures are up a touch at 88. They were pinned in 92 earlier this morning. And if you look at yesterday, let's go and kind of look at what we're looking for the macro here. This is just the view that you see in Signal Deck, but pre-market looks like the AI bid's extending, so we're seeing that SMH is continuing up too. Q is up, basically due to Microsoft and Amazon. XLK, and it looks like XLE closed a green a third day in a row, but TLT still flat, so we're not seeing any growth scares here. And we put a order in yesterday for XLE. Where's that at? Let's look at this. Let me try that. Okay, cool. So we put an XLE order in pretty low yesterday, and we got filled on the pullback. It pushed up. We're looking at the line of 57.05 as kind of the invalidator there. So we added another position on that. We had closed up at the recent high. If you've been following, you would have saw that all the way from down to 55 to around 60 or so. And we had ridden a few of the big names in that basket along the way. So yesterday we threw in an order and got filled on the pullback. And then ITA, we're in that. We're up a little bit. So trying to just play the macro here, see, kind of where the macro is putting us. And it looks like XLV's core is the hold. The ITA starter is pretty decent, right? So we're just following that. And yesterday we closed our Microsoft position. We hit target on that. And we're looking at some names this morning in the currency space. Let's see here. My thesis on Australian dollar to Japanese yen is we're going to see that guy go down to the March 26 levels. So we'll see if I'm right on that. Pound to US dollar. Looks like they're catching a bid after the dovish leaning BOE hold. So it's stalling a little bit, a little high tight flag on low volume. I might put a buy order above that and ride it up just a touch to the July 15th. So let's do, let's actually put a number on that. So let's see if this goes up. If it does, we'll check it out. And then USDJPY's crazy massive dump. Government intervention prints, hawkish BOJ. So we're seeing the divergence between rate defense and US tech offloading. It's keeping this pretty volatile. So that's crazy. We've been watching that kind of consolidating for the last couple of days. And then I woke up this morning and it just got slammed. Euro USD is pushing toward the top of the range. A little high and tight flag forming. It's keeping the hotter French HICP prints are keeping the ECB cautious. So we will see what that looks like. And we have the June 17th high there. So this is another, just if I see this going up, I'm going to jump into that. We're probably going to hit that 114.7 level, if not within this. Let's do a fib channel on this. Wait, that's not what I want. Fib retracement. So from here to here. So it's hitting that zone right now. That's actually really good. So maybe we just jump in now. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So we're going to keep a watch on that. See where we go with that. That's interesting. And then, what is that? Yesterday, our IQLT finally broke position on February. If you've been watching our live stream, we've been watching this just bounce back and forth in the consolidation range. And then yesterday it went up out of that, and we got in a few days ago. And if you look at this today, yesterday it continued up. We got no trades pre-market, but yeah, so we have 3 different price targets on that as we watch to see where that goes. And then EPOL broke out. And EPOL was interesting because as I was watching the Fed announcement yesterday, or whenever that was, time flies by, right at 2 o'clock it slammed out of that range. Slammed up right at 2 o'clock, which was just the ETF repricing since Warsaw was closed. Went up, we just bought into that strength, went back down, closed on the day negative. But then the next day, it opened up, gapped up high. On the day, it was basically a lower volume, middle volume, indecisive candle. And if we put in the volume buy sell pressure on that, yesterday was a very healthy high volume bar, very healthy double the average volume, which is really great to see. So it's one of those things where you just watch it, wait, watch, put an alert, put a buy or stop order on, and just see what happens. So that's what we're doing. Let's see. Let's look at some of the positions. I want to see the runs this morning's running a little late because we just pushed out a big release. Okay, nice. So we'll look at that in a second. Let's go through the positions and then we'll look at the signals for the morning. We just looked at IQLT. You know, I'm not trying to be that like ETF guy, but I can't help it with that beautiful setup there. So high volume, so it's definitely a harmonic, high volume, high price action. Close outside range. Stop loss remains. EPOL. Just another high volume. These two are working in tandem. Okay, man is down 9%. Gross. Got filled on a upthrust pre-market, but it was on a lower volume pullback. So let's see here. What level is that testing? It's testing the consolidation zone there. And where's my stop at? Underneath there. So yeah. I love my high type pullbacks. further jumping back in on low volume into the consolidation range as it peaked out on high volume, so it looks good. Some string, stop loss remains. Cert, what's he up to? High volume, pullback. It's not looking too good, but this is going to be a grind. This is just a no man's land, fair value gap fill. This is just going to be a grind. Stop loss remains. Where's the 20-day on this? Where's the thing at? Oh, there it is. So we're riding the 20-day up, so we'll see where that goes. We have the stop underneath the 20-day. Okay. IDT, still not hitting our price target, but it's forming a lower low there, so stop loss remains, which is way below that 20-day. I wonder if I should just move that up a touch. We'll see. We'll leave it there. We have it on record if I'm wrong. XLF, where are we at? 2% on that. And then BARC is the old, oops, the old consolidator. This will be interesting. See where this goes. Just further accumulating. All right, let's look at the runs this morning, see what we got. Leadership. Bank of America. Wow, Bank of America. I remember buying this when it was 17 a share. It's crazy. Okay, just further upside. Strong earnings. This looks interesting. You can't short banks. Yeah, we might add that to the list and just put a buy order on that guy. Here's SHIP, 731. I can't believe this is the last day of August or July. It's crazy. BMW. BMY. Too messy for me. Neo. Looks nice. Nursing facilities. Why are they catching bids all of a sudden? SDK. No. We have a we got stopped out on Sabra yesterday. That was sad. I got sad on that. I had emotions. Alright, NVDA, Amazon, all the tech is catching bids. I-type flag. Even, okay, so just all tech is showing up on the scans this morning. XLEs continue to show buy orders. Power trend on AER. Double top. It's interesting. traded that once, had a 146 price target. This looks interesting. This double top is really interesting. This thing's been in markup for literally years. What in the world is this chart? Wow, it's been in markup since 12 years. Okay. This is an interesting setup. I like that. I've traded this before. What is this? Power trend. Uh, 731. Whoops. AER, we got gold showing up. Precious metal. Okay. Bull flag breakout. Ooh-wee, look at that guy. That is cool. 2710 possibly. Dang. They would have to break 22 to really be of interest. We're seeing a lot of stuff coming out. Okay. Yeah, that's really interesting. That's really cool. So, text showing the bids on that. Let me bring up my order book here and see something. NVDA. Okay, so we have never had that fill on that. All right, let's go through some of the charts and see what's going on. Novo is down crazy amount. Man, this thing is just all over the place. NVIDIA is catching a bid on 200-day. I get so exhausted following NVIDIA. Google's rising on lower volume again. CVS that we're out of. Best Buy. Ooh, I remember seeing that yesterday. FTNT. We got slammed down on high volume. TRV, we got stopped out at a scratch on that. We never had our price target. Very frustrating. What's that thing? Okay. Visa, BVS. Oh yeah, that's the box scanner that never triggered. Went right at it. It's funny. GIB we were looking at earlier, and this is some currency pair stuff, and then Bank of America might put a buy on that. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going on this morning, and I guess I will be looking at BAC. AER looks pretty interesting. A longer term play out there. And then do we have anything that is close to the price target? Both of those ETFs are getting close. Everything else is pretty far away. So, yeah, pretty easy Friday. We'll just put these little orders in, see what happens, and then go from there. Have a good weekend.